Hello, guys. We are basically here with a very interesting personality with us today. He is an influencer in the investment industry and has been instrumental in bringing in Web3 and AI-based technology in the region. We are very honored to have him with us in our podcast series with Crunch Media. Mr. Mena Botros, thank you so much for joining us. For our
Yeah,
audience,
sure.
a brief about yourself.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it. So like you said, my name is Mena Botros. And, I started about 7 years ago. I created the first ever major cryptocurrency event in the history of the Middle East. It was here in Dubai. And from that, I started to do these events specifically for investment purposes. So, for example, instead of just being a major, marketing event for crypto or future technologies, I turned it into a place where startups and growth stage companies and also established companies in the space and Web3 space can meet investors like at scale. So that's kind of how I started. And then from that, because I've been in the UAE since 1994 and I was doing that, I started to also build Double Morgan, which is one of the leading places where you can meet investors directly. So we brought like 380 companies from Web3, AI, future tech to Dubai, and we connect them with all kinds of investors.
I mean, so much has been happening in this field within AI and Web3 right now. It's like a mushroom growth. Every business right now is having this AI featured into it. And what do you think, considering the rapid pace of this development? The line between the simulation and the reality is sort of getting blurred. So what do you think the businesses and the entrepreneurs up now, what should they be looking into it, and how is they are preparing for this transformation?
This is a great question. It's a huge question, but it's something that's very important, especially for entrepreneurs, businesses. You need to be aware of, the AI tools that can help you be more productive, move you forward. And then there's a lot of AI tools that's just part of the hype. So whenever there's a new technology, there's always this hype. This is what I've noticed every time, especially being in crypto. Being in crypto, or being one of the first people, at least in the region, in the crypto space, in a business B2B side, it teaches you the power of trends. Things come and go so fast, and it's a bit can be a bit hectic. AI is just, it's clearly where things are going because it's just the ultimate form of automation. And as human beings, it's the only way we can evolve, right? Like biologically, we cannot just grow like a fourth leg, in like the next 100 years, but our brains can evolve faster by us utilizing AI tools. So I see it as like pure human evolution. That's kind of how I see it. But from a technical standpoint, I think that every business should utilize ChatGPT to the fullest. Okay, and it sounds like a cliche statement, but if you get the premium version of ChatGPT 4 or whatever it's called, you can actually use it on your phone. And what I do is I send voice messages to it, and I started to do everything. I started to, when I count my calories, I tell it, look, I had this mighty kofta wrap from this restaurant, and it will search the internet and it will calculate the calories, and then I'll tell it from all the things that I ate today, and I'll talk to it, and it'll tell me you ate this much protein, you did this, that. So as a basic, again, this is always said, but it's not stressed enough. Like as a basic thing, people need to master ChatGPT, and one of the ways to do that is just download it on your phone and just start using voice messages and talking to it, and you'll be just shocked at how amazing it is. But it has to be the premium version because I think it searches the internet. And then as a final point, all the tools that actually help you move forward, like a tool that will help you schedule meetings faster, or it will help you research things faster, or it helps you analyze your data faster to see where your gaps are in your business, things like that. But yeah, it's a huge thing that can go in many directions. But I feel like ChatGPT is a great way to make sure you're like at least 70% understanding what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, now with ChatGPT is becoming like an old news right now with Facebook, Meta's Llama 3.1 coming up, and new powerful, fast-paced AI tools are coming. But considering all these developments and all these, new advancements, the point that you raised earlier as well on your LinkedIn about simulation and about the reality being blurred, how are we, and if we consider ourselves a player in this game, what is our like task? What is it that we are looking, especially for an entrepreneur, in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I made this post on LinkedIn about, the simulation theory, which is, 40 years ago, games were 2D and now it's 3D, and soon we won't be able to differentiate between like a game and real life. So, so like this is how I think about it. I think that I think that it's very important to just be very clear with your basic goals. For example, my thing is I just want to always have a good life, right? Like I want to be able to, have the freedom of time that I need. So I need to be making a lot of money so that, nobody could tell me what to do and when to do it. I also want to be able to buy like whatever I want, not materialistic things, but let's say like I want a new car every 2 years, or maybe I want to upgrade the house or something like this. So I try to be superficial with my needs, and it helps me just like relax. Then I can actually create, like minimum goals to start with, rather than jump to like some life-changing, I'm on a mission kind of goal. So that kind of framework of thinking helps me as an entrepreneur just do a bit better every year. And then I try to not compare myself to like billionaires and this is what this person is doing or that. So by having that framework, I'm able to use AI for the things I really need. For example, I don't want to have to hire so many employees so that I can 2x my revenue next year. So then I will get the AI tools that will just help me. Again, ChatGPT, organizing things. I'll maybe get a tool to help me answer LinkedIn comments faster or something, or analyze data, things like this. And then because the world of AI tools is huge, you
Yeah.
have like maybe 15,000 mainstream tools now that you can download. So it's
And this is
becoming
just
quite
the
intense.
beginning. This is just the beginning. This is just the
And this
tip
is
of the
just the beginning.
iceberg. So,
That's
like
right.
culturally speaking, like cultural and organizational barriers to adopt AI features and also Web3, which basically is about decentralization. What do you think those barriers are, and how can businesses overcome those barriers?
That's a very that's a really good question. So I'm lucky to be living in a place like Dubai where you have a culture that's not, we're not the USA, right? Like we're not the most, forward-thinking, entrepreneurial innovation, because that's really what Silicon Valley is, right? That's what it stands for. That's like the gold standard. But here in Dubai, we have a nice mix. We have, our culture and traditions and being a cultural environment, but we have that Silicon Valley innovation, fast forward thinking, and adoption. So I want to use Dubai as an example. So here, Dubai, you'll notice that there's a lot of Web3 initiatives. The government actually uses blockchain for a lot of their data. I think the DLD, the Dubai Land Department, just released something where you can use blockchain to verify if a property is real, right? So it's not just hype. Like the government actually uses it to improve the way they do things. And in terms of AI, we have a minister of AI here. We have all these AI initiatives. Dubai wants to have 1 million prompters in the next 5 to 10 years, something like this. So it's a great place because when it comes to forward thinking and future tech, we don't actually have these cultural barriers here. But
Yeah.
I would say this, I would say that, you know, allowing culture to dictate how you feel about technology and the future of technology is a huge mistake. Like you should leave culture for your views on how you want to raise a family, or
Yeah.
like, so it's just my opinion, of course. But when it comes to future technology and how to do business, I think that, yeah, you're right. Cultural barriers can be a thing. I'm glad I don't see a lot of it here in Dubai, but it shouldn't be a thing because it will leave you behind very fast.
I mean, there's so much to talk about here with you, with your experiences and with your, knowledge. We don't have so much time right now, but very briefly, if you can let us know, what is Mena Botros is about to do for next 6 months in this year. What is Double Morgan Summit plans are, and how can people be part of your ecosystem?
Yeah, thanks a lot. So my goals for Double Morgan and the goals of the company is that we started to take, a bigger role in the companies that we bring to Dubai. So we brought about 380 companies to Dubai in the last 7 years, and we've helped them to raise funds, to meet investors and do all kinds of things like this. We want to be more active. Like we're slowly moving towards taking on equity in a lot of these good companies. We have now some companies that have contracts, Fortune 500 startups who got contracts. So we're starting to be more active in that role. And I myself, I'm starting to be a bit of an angel investor. I'm still very careful because I've helped, I've talked to like thousands of startups. So a lot of them do fail. It's a tough world. But I started to be a bit of an angel investor. And the best way to be part of my ecosystem is really just follow me on LinkedIn. It's Mena Botros, Mena Botros. So on LinkedIn, I talk a lot about Dubai, the culture. This is my expertise. So I talk specifically about the UAE and how investors are here and how startups raise money here and how, this whole ecosystem. So if you just follow me on LinkedIn, I like to share what I learned, and I 99% of it is for free. I just try to help people have a good experience when they come here because I really do love this country. I want people to come here and have a good experience, regardless if they work with me or they just gain the knowledge for free by just testing out what I said or whatever I run.
That's amazing, and really, really, this place has been instrumental in bringing so many people's expressions, innovative ideas onto the display, right? We would definitely like to have a second version discussion with you to talk more about investments, how the family
Yeah.
offices and private equities are helping it, what are their goals are, and really get more into that particular conversation in our perhaps second episode. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, that would be great. There's a lot to talk about for sure.
Thank you so much, Mena Botros, and I hope, guys out there, you must enjoy the conversation, and it has been useful for you to understand this space over here, which is building upon with AI, Web3, new technologies that are coming in, how to really navigate in this terrain. Do follow Mena Botros. We will share the link over here at the video as well. Thank you so much again, Mena. Like
Yeah,
to
thank you.
hopefully talk to you soon again, and hope you're keeping yourself hydrated in this summer.
Yeah, yeah, right here. Thanks, Adil. Thank you a lot. Thank
Thank
you.
you so
See you
much.
later.
See you.
Bye.